What's up, everyone? This is Goldilocks, former TNA backstage interviewer, manager, and you're listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast. Thanks for being here.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 107 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I am Bob Colling Jr. and with me as always is Dallas Gridley. And Dallas, on tonight's Impact, boy, oh boy, are we in for a treat, because apparently tonight, the Worm, Dennis Rodman, one of my favorite Chicago Bulls players, a rebound master, will be appearing on TNA Impact, along with the most controversial reality star ever, Johnny Fairplay, a guy that we haven't seen seemingly in months. And plus, Ken Shamrock is back, so he might be on Impact too. There's a whole lot of people coming back, making their debuts, celebrity-wise and wrestler-wise. Are you excited for the Worm and for Fairplay's apparent return, or what?
Yeah, man. Let's get the Worm, dude.
It's not Sky Too Hotty, folks. It's Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, I don't know if I knew that was his nickname or not. I can't remember if I knew that.
Yeah.
But see, that makes
I'm not sure when that became a thing.
Why is that his nickname?
Because I think he's like, a worm is like so slithery, and like the way that he would like rebound was like kind of like that.
I was hoping it wasn't like the same kind. You know how if you like call someone like a snake, it's like they're like conniving. So it's like, oh, he's a worm.
No, I could be way wrong on it, but I just think
that makes sense though. That makes sense.
Like he would dive on the floor for the ball. Like he would just go everywhere for it. Not to say that a worm would go everywhere for it, but I don't know.
I just saw like a recent picture of Dennis Rodman on like Instagram, like at a DJ thing, and I was like, this is so random. And I was like, oh wait, he's about to be on Impact.
Yeah. This wouldn't be his like latest wrestling adventure.
Really?
Yeah, because he did something overseas.
Really?
Where he wrestled Kurt Hennig, and that was in 2000.
What?
I think it was like 2000.
That is bizarre.
Yeah, I actually reviewed that show for Wrestling Recaps, and boy, is it a doozy.
I bet it is. I think that is super interesting. I thought you were going to say like XWF, because that would not shock me if he appeared there as well.
No, I don't believe he was in there.
It is kind of interesting because Dennis Rodman does, I mean, like you said, if he's not his latest, he literally just did something a couple of years before this then. He obviously did the WCW stuff. So it's like this dude's kind of intertwined in a lot of wrestling stuff. And if you thought that TNA was the new WCW, well, you better bring in Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, so his latest appearance for Dennis Rodman in terms of anything wrestling related was over in Australia for IGW, Superstars of Wrestling. The show was called Rodman Down Under. And on that show, he would wrestle Kurt Hennig for the world title in an Australian Outback match, which I don't really remember what it was, but he lost by disqualification. Do you want to know there's only like 4 other matches.
Why not, dude? I didn't know we were going to do Dennis Rodman indie notes today, but this is great.
Well, he doesn't appear on the weeklies, so I got the paper.
That's true. We got to get his wrestling history. And before this, he wrestled back in, what was it, 98 or whatever?
97 and 98, I think. And 99. 99, he was at
he did
Road
that
Wild.
Many appearances? Jesus Christ.
He did a few, yeah.
Wow.
The Road Warriors defeated Public Enemy to win the IGW Tag Team titles in a double tables match. Whoa. The Barbarian defeated Brute Force, which I think, is Bruce Beefcake.
Jesus.
Sweet Destiny defeated Brandy Wine. And then the other match here was for the IGW Australasian title, and it was the one-man gang defeated Tatanka to win the title.
Wow, dude, that is quite the show.
Yeah, it was not a fun experience watching that match. So Rodman, 97. He has 2 matches. One of which was actually on a Nitro.
I think I knew that.
And then he had Bash at the Beach. 98.
Yep.
He Bash at the Beach again. Rodman Hogan against Page and Malone.
Oh yeah.
99 was just against Randy Savage in a hardcore match.
See, that one I don't know if I knew about that match.
You didn't know about Road Wild?
I don't know if I did. I'm not sure.
The legendary porta potty.
I feel like if I saw it, maybe that would refresh me. But I feel like WCW 99 is like, that's still a mystery to me.
Dude,
like,
you need to fucking watch that. And we know what? I'm willing to suggest this right now. That when we get to Impact, our bonus episodes should be fucking Nitro 1999. And Thunder, fuck it. We can just do
and Thunder.
We'll splice them in every once in a while. But yo, dude, we're here at Thunder March whatever 99. Let's check it out.
We're gonna do a special bonus series where what we do is we're gonna watch all the Nitros from '99. Yeah, it's that's like a mysterious time for me still that like really just like piques my interest because it's nothing I've ever seen, and the only reason I didn't start there when I did my infamous 2000 watch from April on is because I didn't know where to start. Like, do I start at Starrcade 98? Do I just start at the first, or in the beginning of the year of 99? And that's where I like to bust your chops over on IcoPod because I want to. If we're gonna do bonus episodes, I just want to watch it all. Just fucking watch it all in order.
Yeah, I would have said that you should have watched from January 4th if you wanted to start at Starrcade 98, and then like the Nitro after. I mean, I guess you could have, but I would have just started with January 4th.
Okay.
And then
is that when they like introduce the new stage and everything, or is that even before that?
The new stage is not until April.
Oh wow.
April of 99.
They're just like doing shit in April.
April 5th, I believe. Is when the new stage comes into effect.
That's the one that everyone like slips on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good shit.
And people say it looks like a giant vagina.
Exploding vagina or like bird shit. And
yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I actually don't mind that logo. I don't think.
Listen, man. I like the OG Nitro stage.
Right.
Like, that's like great. I never hated the other one.
I don't know if I do either. I feel like that's very controversial, but like I really don't hate it.
I think in the Death of WCW they show like all the other options for the new.
Oh, I've seen something about that. Yeah.
And it's like none of them are good. So like why even change it?
I don't think it's that bad, and I think maybe the other thing that doesn't bother me is because that like exploding looking logo is usually so small because the Monday Nitro is like the important part. So then you just see the little thing up at the top, and I don't know. I just really don't hate it as much as everyone else does. I do agree it does look like all of these things, but I don't hate it that much.
Right. Yeah, I never hated it.
It's pretty interesting. But, well, guys, you know what our next project is. Let's just put it that way.
Here's the thing. And maybe we could get Austin to do it too. Because I think he would maybe do that. I think it would be a lot of fun.
I think it'd be a blast. It'd be a hell of an entertaining listen and a watch. So, because, I mean, just so much would go down. But, speaking of a lot going down, Bob, we have seen a lot going down here in TNA wrestling. Probably too much, but not as much as it was in like 2002, where an hour later you'd kind of forget what happened in the first hour because it was so chaotic.
Yeah.
Because I do believe that probably has happened at least once. But just a couple days ago, we just watched another weekly pay-per-view. It was June 30th, 2004, which is pretty crazy to think about.
I know.
Let's just run down the card real quick. I got some really interesting notes about the show and about a lot of people. And it's only going to carry over, Bob, because even on our next weekly episode, I saw a little tease of some notes, and I think it's going to get pretty interesting. And it's going to be kind of sad, too. But we'll talk
Well,
about it.
we don't want sadness on the show.
I really do have a really, really sad thing to talk about next week. But
Oh, what?
yeah, I'm hoping we can like try to brighten up the mood after we talk about
What do
it.
you mean? Now I'm concerned.
Nope, I can't tell you yet. I can't tell you yet.
Okay.
It will be addressed next week. Or yeah, next episode. It is technically next week too.
Yeah.
It's weird. You guys understand. We do 2 episodes a week now. Every episode's next week, even though really it's just next episode. Sometimes it's 2 days later, sometimes it's a couple days, whatever. Anyway, on that weekly show, just 2 days ago, we saw Sabu and Sanjay Dutt defeat Team Canada's Bobby Roode and Petey Williams, and Scott D'Amore was ringside for that, of course. That match went 10 minutes and 20 seconds. D'Lo and Monty Brown went to a double countout in 4 minutes and 57 seconds, and that match was kind of a mess. Dave has some notes on that. We'll talk about it in a minute. Then there was the Double or Nothing humiliation match where Pat Kenny and Sonny Siaki ended up defeating the New York Connections, Glenn Gilberti and Johnny Swinger in 5 minutes and 57 seconds, meaning they have to wear the ridiculous outfits for 60 days instead of 30.
And I still don't think that we're gonna get a whole 2 months of that.
I'm still like pretty sure, and I don't know for a fact at all. I feel like we're really like this is going to be our last hurrah for Glenn Gilberti. Like I really don't think we're going to see too much more of him. I don't know. That's just my gut is saying this is it. But
I don't. In terms of like in ring.
Yes, in ring. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because there was a while where he was almost strictly a manager.
Well, that was when his back was off.
I like that.
Yeah, as a manager, fine.
I liked him as a manager, but I guess what else there's like nothing else to do. And I feel like every time, and I'm sure this happens with other feuds and stuff that we can point out, but I feel like every time that Glenn Gilberti has been in a feud, it's lasted months. And it's just like, let me stop. I just feel like it gets so dragged out because they just don't know what else to do. And unfortunately, in this case, that really sucks for the other people involved, like Pat Kenny and Sonny Siaki, who we've enjoyed a lot, and unfortunately are kind of just stuck in this like circle of facing Glenn Gilberti and Johnny Swinger over and over. And I believe at the end of that match, Big Vito came out and was like yelling at everyone, and he's pretty pissed off. But then, shocking turn of events, Bob. Abyss defeated Eric Watts in 7 minutes and 26 seconds. Goldilocks now owns Eric Watts' contract. Eric Watts' legit wife was there, the one that he apparently had an affair with Goldilocks. She got involved at the end, or I guess it was more or less after. And who knows what the future of Eric Watts is for us? That's another one. Just don't know. Just don't really know what we're gonna do there, but
yeah. I feel like Gilberti and Watts. I think they're reaching towards like the end of this phase of TNA. Like they should be getting phased out.
I agree with that, and I think you look at these shows on Fox Sports Net with Impact, and it's very much it's more athletic, it's stuff like that, and I think that's the way we're pivoting. So you're doing silly shit like this Goldilocks and Eric Watts storyline. I feel like, they're gonna happen, but I feel like we're trying to not do as much stuff like that. Same with the humiliation thing, like that. I just feel like we're not gonna see as much of that, at least for a little bit going forward.
Well, and I hate to say this too, but like I think maybe Sonny Siaki and Pat Kenny might even be in that boat.
It almost does feel like that, but I think that's also the case of like them. They're not sure what to do, even though I think there's definitely a way that they could use them better. But I guess that's also what's important to note is that I think the best stuff we were seeing out of Pat Kenny was when he was with Johnny Swinger.
Yes.
If they were still a tag team, I think things would be different.
Oh, a lot different for him. Yeah.
And that's a bummer. Siaki, unfortunately, I feel like has definitely gotten lost in the shuffle. I feel like he got lost a while ago. which sucks because we really like Sonny Saki, but it's kind of what do you do? So
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
guess we'll see what happens going forward there. And then after that Abyss and Watts match, shockingly, the Naturals defeated America's Most Wanted in a non-title tag team match in 11 minutes and 3 seconds, which I really did not expect. But that explains as soon as they said non-title, I think it was pretty much like, we see what's going on.
Right.
But that's okay. The way to kind of bring out that feud a little bit, and I'm not sick of that one. I think they've been doing that pretty well. And then the focus of the whole show. Who was AJ Styles going to defend the X Division title against? It was supposed to be Kid Cash again, but he was suspended. And if you've been listening to our behind the scenes news and notes in the beginning of these Impact episodes, he's kind of not very happy. We're going to talk about that again in a few minutes. But basically, Vince Russo said, you know what? Everyone can fight him. So AJ Styles ended up defeating Chris Sabin, Kazarian, Michael Shane, Primetime, and The Amazing Red in 15 minutes and 41 seconds in what I thought was a pretty good main event.
Yeah, we're also kind of forgetting one major thing here, and that is that the NWA World Title was in fact returned to Jeff Jarrett, and we got hoodwinked and bamboozled because they showed footage of Vince Russo saying that if anybody essentially used the guitar, they would be disqualified. We were under the impression that it was Jeff Jarrett.
The wording was very well done because he said, the way he said it was like, Jeff Jarrett, if anyone uses the guitar,
right?
Or he says, Jeff Jarrett, if a guitar is used,
right,
then there will be disqualification, but not if Jeff Jarrett uses the guitar. So the way they did it, when they show the footage, it's like, oh man, it's like, damn, they got us. So you guys are listening. If you watched along or something, or you guys remember the episode, you're listening to us. Like, man, these guys aren't listening. It's like, damn, they got us.
Yeah,
they got us good.
Yeah, but
and they actually, I think they did a pretty good job there. I mean, Killings was saying, I've defended myself and this and that, and they kind of played into that. I thought pretty well done, but yeah, unfortunately, it was then just put back with Jarrett. And that brings us to this week's Impact. So that was quite a bit. Me and Bob ended up giving the show a thumbs up, I believe, if I remember correctly. Now Bob says slight, and I agree with that. Oops, I hit the wrong file. But, it wasn't, I don't think it was a bad show. I think the matches were pretty good, but besides that, is what it is. It's kind of where we're at sometimes with these shows, and that's fine. So, Bob, what do you think that the readers of the Wrestling Observer thought about the show?
I'm going to say they went thumbs up.
Well, only 4% gave it a thumbs up, which means 84% gave it a thumbs down and 12% were in the middle.
Holy shit.
And you'll be glad to know, as Dave notes here, a week later, it was the anniversary show, and not the fact that they have TV that appeared to lead to a huge increase in interest. Now, and that was on June 23rd. Now, for the June 30th show, we're back to the normal level of response after more than triple the usual. So we went down a lot, and by a lot, what I mean is 25 people voted. And out of those 25, one of them gave it a thumbs up. So it's pretty fucking shocking. Yeah.
Wow.
And it kind of gets even more interesting. And, he says, for a show that was even worse than the Great American Bash, which was a few days earlier than last week's show. And then he kind of goes into the best match. So I'll let you, I think that's pretty obvious, I guess. I don't even have to make you guess, right? That was the X Division match. Sure. And the worst match, well, it might be a little tougher. What do you think about that one?
The Double Jeopardy match?
No, actually, that was in second place. It was actually Watts and Abyss was voted on as first. And then he says, he kind of goes on to say, the idea that you can have a match as bad as the D'Lo Brown versus Monty Brown match on the show, which was worse than even the atrocities on the Bash, and not get many worse match votes tells you how bad the other two bouts were. And then he kind of goes on to say that in that match, I don't know if D'Lo was knocked out, but he took a bump, and then he got up and was missing just about everything he tried. And he's far too good of a worker to look that bad, even with Monty. So it's he kind of goes a little nuts on it, and I guess just usually we don't talk too much WWE, but for reference, I feel like we should probably pull up the Great American Bash show, because how I don't remember. I mean, I saw it as a kid.
Isn't that the one where they like kill Paul Bearer?
I think it might be. So I'm pulling it up right now just so we can have a little reference of the atrocities. Yes, it is that one, which is hilarious. So it was John Cena defeating Booker T, Rene Dupree, and Rob Van Dam, and that was for the United States title. That was an elimination match. Luther Reigns with Kurt Angle defeated Charlie Haas and Jackie Gata by pinfall.
Well, it was with Jackie Gata.
Yes, with Jackie Gata.
It was not a handicap.
Correct. Rey Mysterio retained the Cruiserweight title against Chavo. Then Kenzo Suzuki, TNA alum, defeated Billy Gunn by pinfall. Sable defeated Tori Wilson by pinfall. Mordecai defeated Hardcore Holly by pinfall. And then, this was good, if I'm remembering correctly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely is good. The JBL versus Eddie Guerrero Texas Bull Rope match, where I believe JBL gets the title in that one. And then, then there was The Undertaker defeating the Dudley Boys, and that is where that's the Concrete Grip match. So I would assume that is what he's referencing of the atrocity that happened.
So, okay, so he's not saying the overall show, he's just saying about the Paul Bearer thing?
Well, I think he also mentions the show is not great.
I mean, on paper, it doesn't sound horrible.
I think right now, how I am right now, on paper, I think I'm interested in like 3 matches and 4 because I like Tori Wilson. But
yeah, I mean, well, kind of a. Okay, so this is when it's a SmackDown only pay-per-view.
Right.
So there's let's see, 1, 2, there's 3 matches here where it's essentially getting over newer talent.
That's a good point, yeah.
So like Luther Reigns, they're kind of an extended probably squash match against Charlie Haas. Same thing with Suzuki over Billy Gunn, and then Mordecai and Hardcore Holly.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
they're doing that to kind of advance them moving forward. Ray Chavo sounds good.
Yep.
The 4-way elimination match probably isn't bad.
I think that one's got to be pretty decent, yeah.
And then of course that Texas Bull Rope match is like all timer, like memorable.
Right.
So,
and you got to have a fun gimmick, because why not? So like, would that pique your interest going into it? Probably. Did it for me? I don't remember watching the show live. I have no idea, but they killed him, dude. They killed him on pay-per-view. He's dead.
Doesn't he come back? Doesn't he come back?
Yeah, I think he does eventually come back. But whatever. So yeah. So with that happening just a few days before, and then having apparently a pretty rough pay-per-view for TNA, which I don't know if it was that bad, but whatever. The fans spoke, man. What can I say? I do agree with it. I don't know what the fuck happened to D'Lo, dude. I mean, we were watching it, and I was like, what is happening? Like, it was just, like, mega sloppy. And he definitely got, like, knocked or something. He had to have.
Yeah.
But what can you do? So let's kind of dive in on a bunch of stuff here. The show drew a legit packed house, although no estimates on how much were freebies this week. Chances are it's like 2/3 like it usually is or whatever.
Yeah.
He notes that probably the unsung star of the show was Georgia Watts, which is Eric's legit wife, who was planted in the crowd, did almost perfect facials, and woke up a crowd killed by Eric's match with Abyss when she did the run-in, jumping on Abyss, who was choking Eric with the chain, and then got into it with Goldilocks. So she's our unsung hero, man. Of course, the most hype thing on the show was that Vince Russo's announcement of who the NWA champion was after the Jarrett Killings controversial finish. Russo came out and said after a week he hadn't made his final decision and brought both men out for final arguments. And he notes that Killings actually did a hell of a promo talking about only hitting Jarrett with the guitar in self-defense because Jarrett was trying to use it. Russo scripted these promos for these guys just for a reference point, and Russo then ruled that Jarrett was still the champ, which after listening to the promo made no sense. Russo then announced an 8-man gauntlet, which is our gauntlet for the gold, by the way. He doesn't mention that, but that's what it is. And that's happening on July 7th. So that's happening on our next episode. And that has Jarrett Killings, BG James, Conan, Onyx, Chad Collier, and Hot Stuff Hernandez. Oh, and Ken Shamrock. And he says, yes, with all the guys on the roster, those were the 8. James and Conan, who never work singles. Onyx, Collier, and Hernandez, who nobody knows. And so he's really kind of shitting on the idea of what's happening, but I think we kind of know why they're doing this. I mean, Shamrock's in the match. Come on. The idea is the latter 3 in the match are only to protect Jarrett and make sure he's there until the end, which makes sense. Then the main event, Styles keeping that title over Kazarian, Amazing Red, Michael Shane, Sabin, and Primetime. It was a very good match when he pinned Red after the Styles clash. Now I'm going to pause there for a second before we talk about any other matches because I have to find it. One second. These notes are a mess. Okay. And that's because the company took some false advertising heat again this past week. And this is because he said it wasn't really their fault this time. They advertised it was Styles and Kid Cash for the June 30th pay-per-view. Cash had said that he'd be able to wrestle even though he broke his fibula just a few weeks ago. He was also quoted in the Brian Stahl story he wrote about that we talked about on 2 episodes ago for us, saying that the June 23rd show where he was scheduled with Styles, that if it was ECW, then he would have worked the match, but with TNA, he wasn't going to do that, which made management hot. Most of the wrestlers were expecting that he was going to be suspended for his comments, and his future with the company at this point is in jeopardy. He did show up on June 30th in Nashville and told management that his leg wasn't ready and he couldn't go. Management was furious at him because they were led to believe all week that he'd be fine. So they ended up doing the 6-man, which most likely wound up being a better match anyways. On pay-per-view, it was announced that Cash was suspended, but that was just a work because they didn't want to say he was injured after advertising him all week. So instead, they got people thinking they false advertised him all week since a suspension would be a company decision. And why that gets even more interesting, I gotta find this now right here. This is with Brian Alvarez, who usually doesn't give us much of anything anymore. But Kid Cash's name has been removed from the TNA website. Really? So unless it's some big wacky angle that nobody in the world would care about except Vince Russo and Kid Cash, he appears to have gotten his wish to be released. He says, this is Alvarez, I haven't heard anything about WWE showing any interest whatsoever, so he might have really shot himself in the foot this time. So, I don't know, man. This is super interesting because between these comments and essentially teasing that he wants to leave and asking for his release multiple times, now they suspended him to kind of get the heat off themselves for this falsely advertising him. But then they took him off the website. I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that it's a wacky storyline.
I feel like it must be, but
this is something that Russo would just do.
Yeah, you're right. He would. I could see it happen. I don't disagree with that.
Bro, we got to work the boys, bro.
Work the boys and don't tell anyone that we took them off because someone will notice it and then.
Right.
There you go. Well, I guess we'll see what happens going forward with that. I mean, regardless, if this dude still's got a broken leg, we'll see. Is this going to turn into a worked shoot, you think? I kind of feel like that's maybe what's going to happen. Why not, if they're talking about all this shit, why not have him come out and just, I'm pissed off. Now you suspended me because I don't want to work with a broken leg. Whatever. I don't know. I could see him doing something.
I mean, yeah, I can see that being brought up. Yeah.
You know, we'll
But
see
no,
what
it,
happens.
it definitely sounds like it's just an attempt to work the boys.
Yeah, I sort of feel like that too. I just think it's super interesting. So I guess we'll see what happens kind of going forward.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out, and that's to keep listening to the TNA Crossline podcast. Because you know
That's
we're
right.
going to talk about it. Let's we'll get through the rest of this for last week's show, and then we got some other notes to talk about. But the Naturals, Andy Douglas and Chase Stevens, beat AMW in that non-title match to set up a title match in a match, which was fine. Then of course we already kind of mentioned Abyss pinning Watts in a match that if Watts lost, then Goldilocks gets his contract. Dave notes that the feud is dying. It's almost incomprehensible how bad Watts is for a guy who's been around the business as long as he's been and is a good athlete. When he was in WCW and never used, all I used to hear is what a good worker he was, but never got the chance. Now I can see why they never used him.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty rough shit from Dave.
Well, here's the thing. I don't even know if I would classify him as a good athlete.
Hey, dude, he played football.
Yeah, but like,
Remember we talked about his stats when he made his debut. They're pretty good.
give me a break.
Pretty good.
All right. No, I don't think so. He, I mean, if you really watch him wrestle, he's very awkward.
Yeah, he is. He's
So-
very awkward in the ring.
Athletically, maybe like, well, not even football wise, like we said before. He wasn't necessarily great at that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I give him the benefit of the doubt on that.
He's someone else. I just don't. I like we kind of just talked about. I don't know if he's going to be around much longer either, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. This is kind of unfortunate news, and that is that Pat Kenny suffered a hamstring injury working out his match before the show, which didn't help the him and Siaki winning over Gilberti and Swinger. So who's injured during the match. Gilberti worked in that leprechaun costume. Siaki. Sorry, he made a typo here. He means Johnny Swinger worked in a hula dancer outfit. It was a total disaster, and it wasn't just when Kenny was in or due to him being hurt, but that didn't help matters. Fans chanted Lucky Charms at Gilberti, but then the place died once they started wrestling. Gilberti and Swinger, with the loss, have to wear the outfits for under 60 days. And it's also noted that D'Lo Brown, I didn't know if I realized this, he got his name back this week, which I think they might have just been calling him D'Lo, maybe. That's what he's referencing, and now he's back to D'Lo Brown. So they might have added that back in. I don't know.
That's really what they were referencing.
I think.
That he got his last name back.
I think. It doesn't say. It literally just says he got his name back, but I don't know if I've paid enough attention to know.
I didn't even know there was anything different.
I think they might have been just calling him D'Lo for a while. I feel like I remember seeing just D'Lo on a nameplate, so.
Really?
I don't know, man.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Okay, so listen to this. So there's this new term predicting the timetable for the next person to go, and that is the Belair's watch. So just like our friend there, Gorgeous George, because remember how quick she was gone. So this is our new term, according to Dave. Well, the next person on that list of how long they're going to be here before they leave is Bob's favorite, Big Vito.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. Russo, who has been friends with him from well before Russo even got into wrestling, when Vito was a Long Island indie wrestler, Skull Van Cross, has been pushing to get him a shot for months. Vito is actually far more talented worker than his rep, largely because people can't stand being around him. He's already had 2 major blowouts this past week with Trinity. While most blamed it on Vito, some have blamed it on Trinity, claiming that the Kid Cash hothead influence has been a terrible influence on her. So they must still be together at this point. So they're thinking that's kind of rubbing off on her a little bit. Just kind of interesting.
So Vito's had blow-ups with Trinity?
Yeah.
2 of them already.
2 of them.
And I thought Vito was the problem.
Well,
so maybe it's Trinity.
So they're saying some are blaming it on Vito, most, But then some are saying, well, it might be Trinity this time. So it's pretty interesting. This is an interesting note. We actually just mentioned these people. This was actually at the Orlando tapings last week. Charlie Haas and Miss Jackie were said to be there at the tapings, but they were not. So we didn't see that report in our stuff, but it was reported they were there. They were in Orlando on a vacation together and bumped into some guys, which is where the story, which Dave notes, was not reported here, originated from. So there was rumors that Charlie Haas and Miss Jackie were there, but they weren't.
Okay.
I just thought that was fun. Because remember, Billy Gunn was there.
And he was openly complaining about his job.
Right. He's like, yeah, it sucks.
Get me out of here, Road Dogg. Can I come to you guys?
Yeah, can I come over? Okay, so I got some bad news, Bob. For reasons that have not been made clear at press time, DirecTV has dropped carrying TNA pay-per-views without warning, effective immediately on July 6th, the day before their next pay-per-view. Yeah. TNA confirmed the information in an email to regular customers saying that the show would not air in July for an undetermined period of time. DirecTV, which is more than 10 million of the current 54 million homes that have pay-per-view access, generally does above the national average when it comes to buy rates. Now, when WWE lost DirecTV in a several-month-long dispute over a 5% margin of pay-per-view gross that each side felt it was entitled to, it figured its DirecTV buys as 18% of its total audience. And just for fun, I have the email, which states here, Dear TNA wrestling fans with DirecTV, we're writing you, our most loyal fans, to let you know that due to circumstances beyond our control, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling pay-per-view events will not air on DirecTV in the month of July and for an undetermined amount of time. The last scheduled live TNA pay-per-view event on DirecTV aired on June 30th, 2004. This situation only affects customers of DirecTV, and other outlets will continue to carry TNA events as they always have. Remember, although our pay-per-view events will not be made available on DirecTV, you can still watch Total Nonstop Action Wrestling on your local Fox Sportsnet affiliate every Friday at 3 p.m. and on Comcast Sportsnet every Saturday at midnight. Check your program guide for information on channel time. We understand that you may have the urge to contact DirecTV directly about this situation. We have set up an email box, directv@nwatna.com, to which you can send any comments that you would like DirecTV to receive. We will forward all the emails sent to directv@nwatna.com to the appropriate contact at DirecTV. Thank you for being such a devoted TNA wrestling fan. If there are any changes in the situation in the future, you will be one of the first to know. Sincerely, your friends at TNA Wrestling.
Okay, so roughly how many people are we thinking are not going to be able to order the pay-per-view now?
I mean, that's the thing that I think it might be kind of tough to exactly figure out, but they're thinking it's a good chunk. Like, I don't think they have any real estimates in here at all, necessarily. But I mean, I would assume it's got to be it looks like, for example, he notes that UFC indicates that 25% of orders come from DirecTV homes. And it looks like and boxing has been as high as 33%. So TNA pay-per-view numbers are believed to be 6,000 to 7,000 per week range. So they'd be losing 1,200 to 1,800 homes per week, or 4,800 to $7,200 per week in decreased revenue or added weekly losses. So it doesn't. I mean, it's not good.
No, that doesn't sound good at all. But I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but I guess when you're only getting 6,000.
Well, I think that's part of the thing too, is like they, we're worried about our budget anyways, and then this happens. It's like, fuck.
Right.
So I don't know. Well, hopefully they figure it out. We got another email to read. We're back. We're back on DirecTV. Anyway, moving on. Those close to Jeff Hardy, we've heard these rumblings about what's going on with Jeff Hardy, right? He said those close to him says that he's not signed a contract with TNA, although those in TNA claim that he has. He did say he was interested in working more dates for them after the reception he got. He didn't work either show this past week, and the betting line is that TNA is asking for big trouble if they sign him. This is what Dave says. And they will have a major egg on their face if they don't, which shows what happens when you ignore people's history and mark out over the idea we can get a star. It's also noted that Jim Ross addressed the Jeff Hardy situation on Bite This. And he said that, quote, "I was surprised to see Jeff Russell for TNA, pleasantly surprised. Said that he would be a welcome addition to the company and was very talented, and the door was always open for him to return to the WWE someday. He said that he wished Jeff and TNA nothing but the best because regardless of what some people might say, they were not the enemy." So I thought that was kind of interesting, bringing up TNA over there on Bite This about Jeff Hardy.
He's saying that who's not the enemy? WWE's not the enemy?
I almost took it as like TNA's not. I took it as TNA.
I'm not really sure how TNA would be the enemy.
Right.
Yeah. There's such a minor...
They're a minor inconvenience to them right now.
Yeah. Like, it's not even like a bee surrounding your head and you're like, get out of here. It's like the bee that you see across the field and you're like, I really hope that doesn't sting me.
Right. Exactly. I just got a couple more things, Bob, and then we can get right into the show. So this is about the third week ratings for Impact. So now we're about to watch, I believe, the fifth Impact as a reference point. They were at a 0.2 the third week, which you can say was down 41% from the prior week, as misleading as saying the week 2 was up 55% from week 1. So this all gets very confusing. But with the numbers that small and the nature of the sample, these variations aren't that significant. After 3 weeks, the show was averaging a 0.25, and it's noted here that Dixie Carter made the decision for the company to not release ratings. And she did so in the first 2 weeks when the numbers were good. The average over the first 2 weeks for the Friday at 3 p.m. shows, the Saturday at midnight showing did a little better, upping the actual national average on Fox Sports Net, meeting 164,000 homes. So that's what we're looking at here. And Carter was in Los Angeles this past week meeting with Fox Sports Net officials attempting to get a TV slot upgrade because the ratings started out strong. So I don't know how much more rating talk we're going to be hearing, Bob, unless it's good. Right. Because Dixie doesn't want to release it. This may be it.
Well, I feel like anytime you don't want to release it, it means that it's not, like, it's not going to trend well.
Right. I think that's probably fair to say. Yeah. It's also noted here, speaking of the Carters, they're very strong on moving everything to Orlando. And that's because, well, the look is better. It'll save on travel costs and the wearing down factor on everyone having to rush from Nashville to Orlando. Now, the downside is that you're asking a lot from the Orlando market to support 2 live shows per week. As surprising as this is to almost everyone, the Nashville crowd have been hotter of late than the Orlando crowd, but that doesn't overcome the nicer look of Orlando. Mm-hmm. There's rumors going around that the July 21st show in Nashville would be the last.
Really?
Yes, but Don West, who does the radio show in Nashville, asked Jeff Jarrett. He said that the story wasn't true. However, workers at the building were telling people that they were told July 21st would be their final night. It's also noted that Burt Prentice has also started booking the fairgrounds for shows starting on August 7th for his own promotion. Even though the story was out as late as this past week, Todd Carter, which is Dixie's brother, and Jeff Jarrett were still debating the merits of the move, with Jarrett feeling the 2 shows a week from Orlando could burn out the market, and he's strongly against it. feeling was that the Carters saw the cost after 5 weeks, and no question, it's huge savings in transportation to at least run closer together. It may be better bet to run Wednesdays. Well, Dave says best bet is to eliminate the Wednesdays and run once per month, and eventually they'll either figure it out or blow nearly 6 figures a week learning. So they're saying the best bet is to run Wednesdays maybe in like Tampa or St. Pete area rather than Orlando. So Orlando has the look, no doubt, but the last thing you want to do is run too often and kill the crowd response. So
Yeah, you're running those shows at a park.
Right.
So
I
how
think
can you kill the crowd?
that's, I think, an interesting point, because there's going to be, unless you have your diehards that might come every time, but like the diehards are going to be excited, like no matter what, I feel like, then you're going to have new waves of people coming in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you just circulate them out. I would, if you do 2 shows a day, I would have like a fucking advertisement. Oh, okay. 2 shows today. First show at 1, second show at 4:30. Separate tickets required or whatever. So
Right,
you can't get
right.
to 1 o'clock. Come to the 4:30 one.
Right,
And
I
it's like
agree
a
with that.
revolving door. That way it stays fresh. It'd be different if you go to Tampa or St. Lucie. Then you could maybe burn out your crowd because you're probably gonna have to get a building and pay and all these other things. But I would definitely stick with Orlando.
I think so too. And recently, I mean, it's gonna be old news by the time this airs. Sorry, guys, we're trying to catch up here, as you guys have heard. But our friend over on Twitter, did you see this about Alan Wojcik?
Yeah.
How do you say his last name? I don't want to mess it up.
I think that's like
Wojcik. He noted that he lived this in person, because we as of this recording, it was just the episode drop where they announced Impact. So he said, I lived it in person. The FSN tapings were fun, but they created a dumb rivalry between the Asylum crowd and the Impact Zone. And he was in Florida, but loyalty to my Tennessee friends. And he said, of course we're going to cover it all, right? Across the line. And that's right. We are going to cover it all. And here's another example of that, what's going to happen. And we've already heard rumors of this, and that's why the Nashville crowd might be getting hotter. They're afraid they're going to lose it. It's really interesting to hear that back and forth, and I'm sure it's going to only continue as we move on here. And my final note is a short one, and it's because the Bad Timing Award goes to Johnny Devine, who just moved from Calgary to Nashville about 2 weeks ago so that he could work full-time in the promotion. So if they do move to Orlando, this dude just moved to Nashville, which would be a bummer.
That sucks. What great communication between the promotion and its talents.
Does that not just remind you of, like when, oh shoot, what's his name?
Mortimer Plumtree?
Mortimer Plumtree. Oh my God, I can't believe I couldn't think of his name. But when he moved, and they were like, well, the company might close down, but he just moved his whole life here.
Yeah, he had just signed a year lease or whatever.
Yeah, dude. And it was just like, oh boy. And then it was like,
that's probably why he ended up leaving. Like, as soon as that year lease was up, he was probably, you know what, I am not about to get burned, because this is just not a stable situation.
It was messy, man. It was really messy.
Yeah, it really was.
But besides, I mean, we got some dark matches. I guess, should we just say that before we get started?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I almost forgot to say it. That's why I was like, wait a second, I have dark matches. Because I've been forgetting, I feel like I am almost forgetting like Explosion recently and stuff, so we're good. Guys, we're getting there, okay? We're working on it. Okay, so a bunch of different dark matches took place at this taping. And let's see, we had Shark Boy defeating David Young, Chad Collier and Onyx, and Hot Stuff Hernandez defeated Mikey Bats.
Yeah.
Bats. Jarrell Clark and Lex Levette. And then it looks like after the show, let me just double check to make sure this is actually after the show. Yes. And then after the show, we got some surprising names here, Bob. Well, one surprising name. And that's Sanjay Dutt teaming up with Kid Romeo. Defeated the Naturals. Jay Stevens and Andy Douglas. So Kid Romeo making an appearance there in a dark match. Kind of cool.
He must be an Orlando guy.
That would make sense.
That's what I would have to think.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. But that's all I got, man. I'm so ready for Impact, as I always am.
All right. Well, it's that time then. It is the July 2nd edition of NWA TNA Impact. The approximate runtime for this is 44 minutes and 27 seconds. If you want to watch along with us, head over to Impact Plus or find your own personal collection, whichever works for you. I'm going to count down from 3, and when I say play, that is when you're going to watch along with us, or just listen to us react to it. That works as well. 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, shit, Bob. Look who's here. The world's most dangerous man. My shit is blasting in my ear right now. I gotta turn that shit way down.
Turn it down, dude.
Okay, that's a little bit better. I can hear it pretty good, but... Gotta love the Ken Shamrock holding up the belt from 2002 birthday goodish. Impact.
First champion.
There we go, dude. Stage 21. You know, I've never even been to Universal. I gotta go. I gotta go to Universal just to literally be like, okay, I'm near the stage. I'm at stage 21. This is where Impact was.
Yeah.
I'm ready for like a new a song. Like this is like fine and all, but like I need a nice banger to like open up Impact.
That didn't really have much excitement to it.
That's what I mean. It's like dun, 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 dun. Like that's it.
Rodman did that to me, and it's like a hickey on his neck.
Jesus Christ.
That's funny.
Blown out our budget with fucking pyro here.
Yeah.
Look at this shit. It's cool. Fuck. I'm not even gonna make you guess. It doesn't really matter because it's Universal. But we are full 850 again.
That doesn't surprise me. It's probably easy to fill that place. I'd have to think.
I think so. So recently, I was watching Dark, which you've been reviewing over at pwmania.com.
I no longer am doing that.
Okay, Bob is no longer doing that. Oh, look at this! Freaking Alex Shelley.
What?
Whoa. So Primetime just came out, and now
okay.
we got Alex Shelley making his debut. I think he's wrestled. Have we heard his name on Explosion? I feel like we have.
We may have. I don't remember.
Well, we can double check in a moment here. But this is exciting. I hate the shorts he's got on. They're like shorts, and one leg is like 2 inches longer. Or like 3 inches. Like what in the world?
Yeah, it's like one is in his knee pad.
It's weird, dude.
No, wait, no, it's like cut different.
Yeah, it's really weird. I'll double check to see if he's been on Explosion at all. Alex Shelley just turned 21, they said.
That's insane.
Really insane. Okay, so Alex Shelley, his actual first match in TNA was actually a dark match in the second Impact, and I totally forgot that was a thing. That's where he teamed with Michael Shane and Roderick Strong in a losing effort to Sabin, Skipper, and Hector Garza.
That was a dark match, you said.
It was a dark match. So it was not Explosion. I was wrong. I thought he appeared on Explosion. Look at this. Beautiful moonsault by Skipper off the top rope.
You are ahead of me because mine's buffered.
Oh. Would you like a time check?
Yeah, what do you at?
I am at 3 minutes and 58 seconds, 59, 4 minutes, 4-1, 4-2,
All right, let me know when you get to 412.
4-12. Here comes Michael Shane. Wait, with Kazarian. And go. Alex Shelley, man. This is so exciting. I'm so excited to see Alex Shelley.
Do you think Shelley's got a chance to win this or no?
I'll tell you what, he's already getting more offense than I was expecting.
Yeah. Oh, nice little fisherman swinging neck breaker there.
I'm going to say no, though, because I do feel like Prime Time has been kind of up on an upswing here. He's had a lot of momentum.
Yeah, and this being Shelley's debut. This thing is pissing me off.
Are you having issues there?
I'm buffering again.
Uh-oh.
It's whatever.
Oh, Michael Shane and Kazarian are like, oh, yeah, he hurt his head.
Yeah, after that backstabber by Shelley. I'll just commentate after I hear what you say. I'll say what I say.
You'll bounce off of me.
That's what we'll do.
Well, hey, if there's like a weird highlight package or something, we can catch back up again if we need to.
Well, I'm sure that will happen.
What happened? Shelley up on the top. Oh, double stop to the back of Skipper's head. Or Prime Time. Why is there a sign that says yams?
I don't know.
Shelley. And then there's the back of it says Ben. Shelley to the top.
Are Kazarian and Shane together now?
It kind of looks like they're teaming them up. Yeah. Shelley just went for a weird corkscrew, press, and it was like he missed it. It didn't matter. It's kind of weird looking. They had a really bad camera shot of it too, though.
I don't think I've ever seen Shelley do that before.
No, there's probably a reason why.
Because it doesn't look good.
Because it just
doesn't hit it.
Yeah, he doesn't hit it. Is really probably it. Skipper setting Shelley up on that rope. You know what he's gonna do. The crowd knows what he's gonna do. Everyone's throwing up the X. He's walking the ropes. Hurricane Rana. When do you think he figured out he can do that? Do you think one day he was like, I'm gonna try to walk these?
He probably figured that out at the power plant.
You think so?
Because how else would you try it?
I don't know. That's what I mean.
Oh, count.
Oh, wow.
Going for a cradle. Oh, I thought I was going to get him.
Me too. Oh, here we go. Play of the day. The POD. And
1, 2, 3. There's got to be a time where Skipper slips walking the ropes, right?
I feel like it's got to happen. They've done very good with like tricking us to think that he slipped, even though it's part of like what the spot was.
Right.
But like a true slip, I'm curious. Coming up next. Here we go. Oh, okay. So D'Lo and America's Most Wanted next. Okay, we don't know who they're fighting, but that's what's happening next. That was a weird transition because they made it sound like it was like D'Lo and Monty up next, but they're like the man that's fighting him Wednesday on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Here's Team Japan, dude.
Was it Miyamoto again? Nasawa?
On the right, hold on. Maki Ino? Oh my god, Bob. Oh no, okay. I read the name wrong. Wait, no, it didn't, did I? Oh no, yeah, that's not the same guy. Okay. Never mind.
Huh. That was weird. So D'Lo and AMW are teaming up to fight these guys right now?
Yeah, Team Japan. Look, he's just D'Lo again. Crowd's going nuts for D'Lo. I rule. Another great sign here in the Impact Zone. We've
Okay,
the
you're
defenders.
literally like 2 or 3 seconds ahead of me, but I'm not gonna fucking worry about it.
Here's America's Most Wanted. The only thing, Bob, that I think that this stage needs is like if you look at the one that's in Nashville, they have like all those cool like metal things, whereas in the Impact Zone, besides the lights on the wall, like it's very flat. It's just like a flat gray wall. And I kind of wish
I
they had like
mean,
something on it.
I don't think I hate it.
I don't hate it. I'm nitpicking.
You just want more distractions.
No, I like a cool stage. Don't get me wrong. Put it this way. This is what I mean. The inside of the tunnel looks cooler than the outside of the tunnel.
Yeah, but isn't that the point of a tunnel?
Oh, I guess so.
Like when you're in a tunnel, you're like, oh wow, this tunnel's pretty cool. Then you leave the tunnel, and you're like, oh damn, it's not as cool as
Yeah,
inside
dude.
the tunnel.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, I'll go with that. That's pretty good. Oh, the bell rang. And that's right. I forgot, Bob, that the Naturals, when they got that win, that was because they were on the gut check list. So they kind of had to get the win against America's Most Wanted, or we might not be seeing them.
Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of surprises me that they were on the gut check considering everything they were doing to AMW.
Right. It doesn't like make a lot of sense, right?
No, it'd be like, a coworker at your work, like he could get fired and he just goes around breaking all the computers.
Hurricane Rana by James Storm.
He could be on the
Miyamoto.
list, but like we're not sure.
I'm not really sure about that. Oh, he tricked him with the mist. James Storm fell for it too.
Made you flinch.
He did too, and he laughed.
2 for flinching.
Here comes Nasawa. And he gets power slammed. And he tags in Chris Harris. That's right. They got their ring gear stolen. They still aren't coming out with any, which is fine. I mean, the flag thing's fine.
Well, and Sinead's suggesting that they overlooked the Naturals.
Well, that's a really good point.
I don't know if I would want to go that route just because the Naturals had attacked them a bunch of times. I don't know if I like the idea of like maybe a fluke win.
Yeah.
It kind of diminishes the Naturals.
No, it does. Which, if really, I mean, you could argue Team Canada, I'll say, but they're not even just a tag team, so I don't even want to count that. I mean, really, I feel like the Naturals are like our top heel team. Who has more? You could argue Team Canada, but they're more of like a faction because they have more.
Team
people.
Canada's a stable. Yeah.
Stable, right? So it's like you can't really count that.
That's a really good point. I mean, the Naturals, I guess, would be your top heel team, but that just seems so weird to say that because they've been.
I know.
They haven't been here that long.
Right. And America's Most Wanted is clearly our top face team. I mean, it's been that way since literally I think they joined forces. Like it's been that long.
Right.
The night they were together, the crowd was behind them. I mean, it's crazy.
Right.
D'Lo and Nasawa in the ring now. Nasawa just hit a heel kick and he rolls and he tags in the guy whose name I forgot already.
The way this other guy is dressed up makes me feel like he's not Japanese.
Right. But the thing is, at least according to Cage Match, he is. Maki Inu.
And what I mean by that is like anybody that's an old-time wrestling fan, go watch like WCW 94 when Ric Flair has a masked man and it's Arn Anderson. That is exactly what it looks like.
So that's what it is. He's wearing, it's literally a long sleeve Under Armour shirt, black, and he's wearing like Adidas pants.
Yeah.
And then he's got a mask on. Like he doesn't look like a normal like wrestler in general.
Dragon screw leg whip here by Miyamoto on Harris. This has gone a lot longer than I expected it to.
Right. Nice basement dropkick by Miyamoto as Nassau was holding Harris in a camel clutch. Oh, nice Shining Wizard. Going for the cover. And D'Lo had to break it up. That's how devastating that Shining Wizard was. D'Lo had to come in and be like, hey, that's my move. I do that now because I wrestled in Japan once.
That's an interesting point, too, is that 4 out of the 6 guys here are regulars in Japan.
Right. I mean, D'Lo literally has his Japanese attire on. Oh, shit, a spear by Chris Harris.
Yeah, with his stablemates, so like Bull Buchanan and Jamal. The ROD or whatever.
Dude, that is so weird.
Dude, stuff like that I love in Japan. It's like Bull Buchanan and Jamal are a tag team. Like, what?
And with D'Lo.
So right. So weird. But hey, man, it works over there.
Speaking of D'Lo Brown, I don't know if you saw, Bob, but did you just see what happened at the recent Impact taping?
I saw the spoiler, yeah.
So did I, and I was like, I thought it was fake.
I don't think that's like a regular thing, though, right? Because it's like the 20 years.
I would assume that's why they're doing it. But I was still like, what? But that means, it's at a taping, so they're going to be at least on a couple weeks, I'm sure.
Yeah, I would imagine, yeah.
Nice moonsault by D'Lo, but, well, they broke it up. Didn't matter. Oh boy, Bob, our match is breaking down.
D'Lo doing a moonsault. What the hell?
Pretty nice, too, huh?
It was like a springboard.
Right. Duck, so the clothesline. Okay, that looked like shit. He just, splashed him. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And Bob should be seeing it now. Oh. Nice. Suicide dive. Oh, super keg.
It is a nice super kick.
Oh,
the crowd loves these guys.
Nice. The death sentence.
He's like in the middle of the ring.
That gets it. Oh shit.
AMW with the win.
Immediately after the match.
Oh, the Naturals have got the tag titles. What the hell? 9/10 of the law, man. Possession. 9/10 of the law.
Possession is 9/10 of the law. Ask Raven. He knows. Wow. Up next.
Wait, so the Naturals are getting a tag title match on Wednesday?
Is that what they just said?
TNA just said they're going to have to earn those titles on Wednesday.
There's only one way to find out. That's to tune into next week's episode. Or next episode. Which is also next week. Here comes the alpha male.
All right, I buffered again. So what's your time at?
Okay, Bob, I am at 17 minutes. 17:01. 02.
All right. I'm at 17:23. So let me know when you get there.
You got it.
And this looks like it's a Monty Brown.
It is, and he is facing Abismo Negro.
Oh, they're jobbing out all the Japanese guys.
19, 20.
Well, he's Mexico.
21, 22, 23.
Right? Negro is
Yes.
Team Mexico.
Yes, he is.
What is he wearing? Does he look?
He's
like
also wearing black underarm. No, he's wearing all black, and he's got like a sheer shirt, like long sleeve shirt on.
Yeah.
He's channeling his Jeff Hardy because we know he's trying to get signed here. We're brawling ringside. Slams Negro over the guardrail. He's just a physical specimen. He's clearing out the fans.
He's gonna fake him out.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. That's a classic heel thing to do.
Make a move and then not do nothing.
Get out of my way. Fuck you guys.
I'm gonna throw him right there.
Yeah, out of everywhere to throw him. I'm gonna throw him right where you're at.
Back suplex by Monty. That's right. There must be a winner between D'Lo and Monty Brown this Wednesday on pay-per-view.
I can't wait for it to be a no contest. Because that's the type of shit that.
They'll be like, yeah, we couldn't do it, so next week we're doing Falls Count Anywhere.
Right.
Negro tries to take Monty Brown down with a clothesline, but you can't take down the alpha male just like that. Wait, he got him staggered. Springboard. Drop kick.
Springboard missile drop.
Barely gets a 1 count. Here we go. Oh.
Monty should have already won this match, too.
Yeah, he should have. Especially because this is like the weakest link of Team Mexico.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty clear that's the case, too, when you even watch this match.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yams. That pounce. That's right. Takes him back to the football playing days of the alpha male. Because we have a bunch of football stars here in Impact.
Always slam.
Yep, right after a backbreaker across his knee. Here we go. Setting up for the pound. Pounce! I'd yell that a lot more, but I get yelled at, so I gotta be quiet. But
You gotta do you, man. You can't let somebody hold you back from expressing yourself.
ooh, ah!
Ooh,
That's right. The alpha male. Welcome to the Serengeti. Let's go. The pounds. That's right, baby.
D'Lo, you will feel the pounds. That's a promise.
Sabin and Amazing Red are teaming up next. Oh my god, Shark Boy found a shark at the park. Oh shit, it's D-Ray 3000. Oh wait, he missed, but he got him the shark toy anyway.
We stole it.
Oh look, there's another shark, and Shark Boy's pumped. D-Ray's scared shitless. Shark Boy is like so perfect for them to be in Orlando, like this, like in Universal.
Yeah.
There's something for everybody. Universal. Oh, I love this wide shot of the Impact Zone. Oh, it makes me so happy. Look at Michael Shane with Tracy.
Michael Shane. Who is he fighting?
Oh, Kazarian.
Are they fighting Red and Sabin?
Yeah, they must be.
Oh.
Tracy and Kazarian are not together yet, are they? At this time?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either.
They might.
Of course, they're married now. And have kids.
I feel like they've been together for a long time.
So do I. I'm kind of more curious is this is the first time we've seen them together on like screen like that? Is this around the time where they, who knows, maybe there's like a little something. Maybe he's going to take her away from Michael Shane.
I don't know.
Chris Sabin, Amazing Red. I'm sure this is about to be a banger.
They're all former X Division champions in this match.
Oh, wow.
Interesting tidbit.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
I mean, Red has, he was champion for like 6 days. So.
Hey, man. They can't all be long ones.
Still
Oh,
count.
look, Kazarian wants to shake Sabin's hand. Oh, he does it. Oh, shit. Dude, code of honor here in the Impact Zone.
I feel like he's going to try to do it again later on in the match, and then he's going to, like, poke him in the eye.
And then he's going to, do it, yeah. Be like, oh, wow, you're impressive. Let's shake hands again. And then, fuck you.
Fuck you.
That's right. 10-minute time limits. 10-minute time limits and non-titles. And now we have a judge in case they go that way. And it sounds like it's Dusty Rhodes again. The Dream is backstage. Watching intently. Look, there he is.
It's been Dusty every week, though. Why are they making it sound like it's not him?
Because the dream is the judge, so get ready. I kind of wish they would mix it up a little bit. We even heard that rumor of like, was it just Ricky Morton or was it both Rock and Roll Express like coming in? Regardless, they had the idea that they were going to have more people come in. I think it was kind of fun. Yes, Dusty Rhodes backstage.
I just heard. Did they just say something about a 3-team tornado tag match?
Oh, I might have missed that. Oh, he was talking about Jeff Hardy again. Wait. Oh, yeah. Talking about Kid Cash being suspended. They spoiled that dream match between Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles.
I feel like the more they talk about Jeff Hardy, the more we're going to see him again.
Oh, yeah. I mean, which is the interesting part of like, I feel like they wouldn't do that if they weren't either extremely confident or already have a deal in place. Now that I feel like we've kind of learned from our past mistakes. Holy shit, look at that flatliner from Red on Kazarian. And that was right after Sabin dived on Michael Shane. And we're back. 5 minutes left in the match from commercial. Sabin's like, let me in. Huge springboard leg drop.
In case you're wondering, the tornado tag match they're talking about, it looks like it's Daniels in prime time against Sabin Red and against Team Canada.
Oh, wow.
And it's a tornado tag. And they're saying it's a tornado tag match.
That sounds pretty good to me.
I'm definitely interested in that.
Okay, July. Look, we're seeing at the bottom. So we got Jarrett, Shamrock, 3 Life Crew, and the Elite Guard in the 8-man gauntlet for the NWA World's title. America's Most Wanted defends the NWA World's Tag Team Championship versus the Naturals. As, by the way, Michael Shane just has like a straight jacket headlock on.
So the gauntlet for the gold would mean the final 2 would then fight for the title, right?
Yes. 3-way X Division Tornado Tag. Here we go. Sonny Siaki and Desire. Oh, no, this is different. Sorry. Versus Big Vito and Trinity in a mixed tag match. Oh, so those are 2 separate. They didn't list out the competitors in the X Division. Sharp Boy versus Kazarian and Michael Shane. I missed the beginning part of that because I scrolled too fast. But, well, we got a bunch of matches there ready for Wednesday's pay-per-view. And you know what? The thing is that they can't really keep us in the dark with too many matches anymore because they want people to watch this to then watch the show.
Right.
Nice. Double drop kick springboard by Sabin. And Seguri, heel kicks. Sabin's going absolutely nuts right now. Oh, I love that. Sabin does that. He's got him up on his shoulder and then he like twists him down. Oh shit, Red's bandana came off. You know it's serious business now. He's got the curls out.
He's got the curls out.
We're under 3 minutes left. Oh shit, super kick by Michael Shane. Whoa. Michael Shane got the pin on Chris Sabin. Wow, I don't know if I expected that.
I think I like the idea of Shane and Kazarian together.
So do I, because they're both like the cocky personalities really go well with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're doing like a little Ken Shamrock video here. Well, I guess this is a great time to tell you, Bob. I do have a note about Ken Shamrock that I was saving for the show. Dana White did an interview saying that Ken Shamrock went into the I'm going to mess up this name, Chemo match, Chemo, with a torn rotator cuff, and he needs surgery. And Dave notes that if that's the case, I have no idea why he's doing TNA right now, other than he's got financial issues.
Let me know when he gets a 2903.
Okay. I'll hold on the rest of that note then while we. Matt, 29. 1, 2, 3. Oh shit! Johnny Fairplay. Yeah, 38 million votes to prove it. I'm the most hated man. He's throwing out a challenge. Oh, he's throwing out a challenge to every reality TV stars. He doesn't care if you're fired,
Okay.
if you were picked to get married, you weren't picked to get married.
So he's challenging Real World, Road Rules, Bachelor, and like
The Apprentice.
The Apprentice. Yeah.
Time's ticking. Man or woman, or even my dead grandpa. Johnny Fairplay reality challenge. Wow. Okay, finishing up that note, though, Shamrock is also getting his ACL checked on July 2nd to see how well it held up after all the training, which is the day after this taping. It's the day it aired. So Shamrock is kind of a mess, apparently.
Sure seems it.
Dude, the heel section, they made it to Orlando. Look at the sign behind TNA and Don West.
Or is it their own version of it?
Well, realistically. Okay, talking about that three-way X Division tornado tag, huh? Usually, you're gonna have at least 3 in the match inside the ring at one time. So I don't think it's quite as tornado as we were hoping, but Monty Brown, D'Lo, there must be a winner. Then we're talking about we've heard all this, but we're getting that at the entrance there. I love Don West red Impact button-up shirt. Oh wait, there's a surprise. Oh wait, James Storm and Chris Harris. This is like their favorite thing to do is when they're pissed, they come down and start yelling. You boys have taken this to a whole different level. We're taking our identity back. We're taking our belts back because they have possession of them. This Wednesday night on pay-per-view, there's going to be a fight.
You've taken everything from us. You've taken our jackets. You've taken our belts. That's
Wait.
everything.
I thought that they were just going to make like a stipulation in the match, but okay.
Oh, Chris Harris promising they will not win.
Oh, okay.
And by they, he means the Naturals. He, of course, thinks they will win, but not the Naturals.
Okay, we're going to relive the debut of Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy.
Tenacious was like, yeah, he like almost.
I know he like choked on his spit or something.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
TNA dropped the ball. Remember, they said that they should have got him, but they dropped the ball.
See you in the future.
The ball has been dropped.
Yeah, I like how he's like, we fucked up. We didn't get him.
To my wallet. Ooh, Shane Douglas.
That's his fault if he doesn't get him, right?
Shane Douglas with Vince Russo, who's holding a binder that says Jeff Jarrett on it, I think, or a folder.
I did drop the ball.
Jeff Hardy, I know you're at home in North Carolina. I know what you want. Oh, sorry, it says Jeff Hardy. It was very blurry. I couldn't read it very well, so he held it up better. He knows what he wants. It looks like Dusty here. Walking. This is the right direction, the right steps. So they're sending Jeff Hardy an offer. That's what they're saying. Great athletes know what's in here.
Why is Shane Douglas surprised to see Dusty there?
Shane Douglas keeps looking at it, and Dusty's told Shane Douglas, "You don't know what's in here," basically alluding to the fact that he's not a great athlete, and I want him bad, brother. So Dusty's gonna go get Jeff Hardy for us. Between old friends like us, what's in the envelope? He said, "Dusty's got it." Up next, main event. Okay, it doesn't say who's in the main event. It just shows Jeff Jarrett with a guitar and 3 Live Crew. So
I hope that they're doing like Sting and Hogan, where like obviously like Hardy would want a title match against Jarrett or something, and like every week they're gonna be like, we know what you want, Jeff. You want Kid Romeo, and he's gonna be like, no, I don't want. Like that's what they did with Sting in '97. Like, we know what you want. You want Scott Norton. Well,
you want to fight? You want to fight Scott Norton?
We know that's the one guy that you want to fight. And like the next week, like, we know you want Scott Hall. That's who you want. And he's like, no. You guys dumb? And then JJ Dillon's finally like, oh, Hogan. Okay. Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Okay, here comes Jarrett, who's not wrestling because he's wearing his King weird outfit.
Great.
But
So
there is the Elite Guard.
Promo.
No, there's a match, I think.
Is there?
I thought they made it sound. Who's making an impact? I guess you don't have to do a match to make an impact, I suppose. Jarrett followed by the Elite Guard. Unless we're going to have a face-to-face with Shamrock and Jarrett. I guess that could end us.
That's what I'm thinking.
Also, I think it's... I when I was going through these notes and I heard this part about... Oh, wait a second. Jarrett's joining Don West and Mike Tenay. So maybe there still is a match, but it's the Elite Guard. You know what? I bet it's the Elite Guard versus 3 Live Crew. Stand up when the King comes out here. Wait a second. The Elite Guard is just standing behind him. I have no clue what's happening right now.
Maybe Ron's in a singles match or
something?
something?
Wait. Team Canada. Okay, so maybe it's still 3 Live Crew, though.
Right.
You cannot hear Mike Tenay's announcement of Team Canada, which is kind of interesting. Looks like it's Petey, Eric Young, and Bobby Roode.
If it's got
3 Live Crew. 3 Live Crew. Oh my God, they all match. They all got TNA blue jerseys on, and like the blue camo. Wait, what's this? They're pointing. Oh shit, Bob. It's the Worm.
Well, that would make sense because we were supposed to see him.
Wow. Here's the Worm with 3 Live Crew. This is big, Bob.
You should have been wearing a 3 Live Crew jacket or something, jersey.
Stay tuned to Wednesday's episode to learn more.
Oh, boy.
But you'll be glad to know that Terry Taylor presented an idea for Rodman, where he says actually the idea came from Swinger, where Rodman would come out with him in the skirt and coconut bra. Russo was said to love it, but Jarrett nixed it.
Rodman would come out wearing that?
Rodman would come out with him in the skirt and coconut bra.
Do you think Rodman would have done? I mean, he might have done that.
Oh, look at Russo and Shamrock are like watching, and the little screen. Probably not, but we're gonna talk a lot about Rodman on Wednesday's episode, so stay tuned. Okay, so Team Canada versus 3 Live Crew here. We got Eric Young and Conan starting us off. And this is our main event, man. This is it.
That was the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock.
Oh, Conan. Rolling Thunder, clothesline.
Well, we haven't seen Shamrock since he came out of the car, right?
No. So the chances of him coming out here at some point are pretty fucking high, I would have to guess.
He has to.
Bobby Roode gets chucked out of the ring by Conan, and now Eric Young is being double teamed. Oh, maybe triple. They're calling for it. That was not a great camera angle, but that's fine. They were pointing as Killings was on the top rope, but you couldn't see him. And then he just flew in with that leg drop to the groin. Let me tell you something. Strength in numbers. That's right. Go to TNAWrestling.com for breaking news, because we don't go to NWATNA.com anymore. Axe kick on Eric Young. Don't worry, though. Bobby Roode broke that up.
Just to make you aware of where I'm at, I just saw the scissors kick.
Wait, you're buffered again?
Dude, it's been buffering nonstop for me, so I'll just...
Okay, we're having a bad episode this week, guys.
Bite the bullet.
Well, there's only...
Jarrett's only going to answer a question one time. He ain't doing it a bunch, so knock it off, TNA. Dallas, are you frozen? You were frozen, Dallas. Are you alive?
Oh, I'm alive. Okay, we're good, guys. Everything is good. I'm no longer buffering. I'm at 41 minutes and 5 seconds. Whoa. I just got so scared. I don't know what was going on there. We're live, pal. Guys, this is unedited because we are doing live watch along, so this is not edited.
That's funny. What is your time at now?
I am at 41:23.
Cool. All right.
So I buffered, and then it looked like you froze, and I was like,
Gotta love it.
Oh, shit. BG just accidentally knocked out Mike Posey.
That didn't look accidental.
Well, you're right. It really didn't, but... B Jizzle. Do you want a jersey that says B Jizzle on the back of it?
Probably not.
Gee, what an... Oh, it's such a bad nickname, dude.
Yeah, it's not good.
So Bobby Roode and BG James are in the ring with each other right now. Oh, what's this? The pump handle slam? No.
Ooh.
Oh, Johnny Devine. Showed Dennis Rodman watching the match.
Rodman's not even doing anything.
No,
He's like, is he even at ringside or is he in like the front row?
That's actually, I don't know the answer to that. That's a really good question. He must be in the front row because he's not standing around the ring.
I don't see him anywhere, no.
Here comes Jarrett with the guitar. BG going for that pump handle slam and crack. Jarrett must got stiffer guitars. They were not exploding like they used to.
No.
Oh shit, he slipped it right under the ring. No pieces in sight. Posey. Oh shit. Bobby Roode got the pin on BG James.
I don't hate that.
No, I don't either. I didn't expect it, but I like it. Attaboy got the more. Jesus. That is so funny. Well, big win for Team Canada. Clean or dirty, who cares? Still big win. The record book says they won, so it doesn't really matter. Now Jarrett is getting another guitar. Dude's got fucking... What's he got, another truck of them somewhere?
How is he able to hide these under the ring and no one notices?
I don't know.
Like
Look at Shamrock. Shamrock took it out of his hands. Here comes the Elite Guard. And he's threatening them all with a guitar, a breakaway guitar. And now 3 Live Crew is standing with Shamrock. Oh, Shamrock smashes it on the ground. It fucking explodes.
Shamrock having a stare down with Jarrett.
Their nose. You know, we're going out with
It better be Jarrett and Shamrock, because they should have done that in 2002.
Dude, I kind of forgot we never really got that, huh?
No.
Dude, there's a reason. Dude, you had to build it for 2 years. Make you forget Shamrock ever was even a champion. And that's it.
Thank God that episode's over.
What do you think, Bob?
I mean, it's not a bad show, so I can't say thumbs down. So I guess I'll go mild thumbs up.
I liked it still. Impact's just like so much fun. It's so quick for me that it's like that alone is just like quick and like solid matches.
Yeah.
So another thumbs up, man. The day there's a thumbs down Impact, it's gonna be a sad day. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and I'm sure it will happen.
Oh, I mean, yeah, they're not gonna have perfect shows forever. Even I know that.
Yeah.
Will I find something to like on other shows? Yeah, of course I will. But you show me a tunnel and I say it's a good show. I mean, come on, just look at it. How can you say it's bad?
Yeah.
No, that was fun though. I mean, I enjoyed it, and it is kind of weird. The Dennis Rodman situation is very interesting because they really hyped him up and then he did nothing.
I mean, they showed him sitting down.
Yeah, and he like came out with 3 Live Crew, which is like a nice rub for them, I guess. But like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I could have gone without the, oh my God, Dennis Rodman's going to be here type of thing.
So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I think is like, it's just like a weird like hype up. See, in this case, would this not have been just a better like surprise moment? Like, oh, they should have tuned in. Instead, they tried to advertise something, and now it was kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
So where's that balance of we want to be told some things. See, but this is TV as well, so that's important to keep in mind too. We always say they should advertise for the pay-per-views because obviously people are going to buy those. In this case, it was for free TV.
Right.
Very interesting. Got a decent looking show coming up on Wednesday though. I couldn't think of what the word I was looking for. But we know a bunch of the matches. We know Monty Brown D'Lo must be a winner. We got Trinity and Big Vito against Desire and Sonny Siaki. America's Most Wanted defends the titles against the Naturals. That huge tornado three-way tag team match where Sabin and Brad faces off against Triple X, Daniels and Primetime, and Team Canada. And we got the gauntlet for the gold. The NWA title is going to be on the line. I mean, that's a pretty decent-looking card. And actually, I think we know the other match, too, because I saw Shark Boy pop up on the screen there, so we'll just say it. Kazarian and Michael Shane facing off against D-Ray 3000 and Shark Boy. That's the entire card. That's everything.
Yeah, it doesn't sound really too bad of a card. Really, it seems like every match
has a purpose.
Pretty much serves a purpose. So that's like there's really no filler.
Right.
The final two though, in that gauntlet for the gold. If it's not Jarrett and Shamrock, then I don't know what we're doing.
Dude, if they aren't, the only thing I'm worried about is because if he is truly injured, like I mentioned, that Dana White said, then we might be in a bit of trouble. So that's the only thing I could see us having a little bit of an issue with, but only time will tell. I mean, we're not going to know about that until it kind of happens.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking forward to the show though because there's really just no filler to have to even worry about. And I won't have fucking buffering issues. So that will be...
Yeah, it was a weird
it'll be a relief.
a weird watch part today, but we'll be back on track next week, guys. No one will buffer. I won't buffer. Bob won't buffer. It's gonna be a good day.
Yeah, no frozen stuff would be great.
Exactly.
Dallas, you got anything else or no?
No, man. Take us home and get ready for the pay-per-view on Wednesday.
All right, then. Join us for the Asylum. Gauntlet for the gold, tag titles on the line, plus much more. You never know who will show up here in TNA. Until then, for Dallas Gridley, I'm Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Crossline Podcast.
Ain't a damn thing changed. This is still my house. And for all of y'all that don't agree, I'll make sure y'all will never forget. I know. Just say it. Prime time, baby. This is PT's house. Pound for pound, I'm the best athlete in the world, bar none. It ain't easy being me, but this is what I do. And I'll make sure. Bam! High flying skill. Bam! Toe-to-toe game. Bam! Power game. Bam! It ain't easy being me, but this is what I do. And I'll make sure y'all will never forget. I told you, this is what I do. Just say it. Say my name. Prime time, baby. This is the house that Prime Time built. Pound for pound, the best athlete in the world, bar none. Prime time, baby. Prime time. Whose house? PT, baby. Y'all must have forgot. I just wanted to say, this is what I do. You'll never forget.